Yeah, for now, you're in there on that one, but it's only because you were using backup methods. We need to get it back onto this one so that you can get your,
Okay.
your up and running.
Now, before you run,
Oh, I'm
I'm gonna
moving.
go back
Thanks.
to here.
Yeah, and the new board pack, I don't even have
Oh, he's not
access
gonna be
to that
here.
yet. Stacy's
Oh,
the
yeah, I'm not
manager
sure.
on that one.
Probably a transport.
So now I need to sign into Civic
If he
Plus.
knows or let me know ahead of time.
I'm sure go sign in.
That one is not necessarily the same. The same, I mean, it's probably, I guarantee it's your Warsaw.in.gov email address.
I'm gonna put
But as far as the
first.
password,
Hey, there we go, good.
which Whitney's
You got a
probably just
different
telling
job.
you.
So it'd be
Oh.
confusing.
Oh, no, that's your email address, the password will not fit.
Oh.
Oops, sorry.
Going through attorneys like college coaches go through basketball players. It's like,
Well, he entered the portal.
Portal, yeah, he did, he got another
You can
job.
sit here.
He did, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. So,
This is where I get hung up.
yeah.
Apparently there are no attorneys in the county.
And then this area that they want to do, and then they pay well, but it's not what they can get from it. So they, you know, like Roy's, there's a lot of money flying around, but it's, they're doing it to serve the community. Well,
That one
there he,
isn't
look,
too
he is here. We were worried you may not be here, so good.
Okay.
All right.
So I can get in here and now I can see. But when I was home, I didn't see any of this. I didn't see, all I could see was the agenda. Which is, I guess, what this is. So let's see if I, but now I can get in. This is not a real user friendly.
Yeah, I've heard that from people.
I tell you, that board pack was so nice.
Isn't that why they bought it, so they can't get rid of the competition? Or would somebody else bought it?
I don't know. See, I didn't even know how to get in this thing.
I mean, it looks like there's an attachment. It's working. Particular attachment.
Go back, Mike.
Go back up here.
On this agenda.
Yes.
Thanks for your help, Brady.
Brady?
We'll get it figured out.
Maybe.
I'll just say yes, 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 man, today. Thank you.
Good
for your help.
afternoon. I'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time we'll have a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll start with the roll call. Heather and Jack are here. Jeannie?
Present.
Gordon?
Present.
Dave?
Present.
Mike?
I'm trying to be present.
Good to see you, Mike. You'll get it. And Chief?
Yes, here.
All right, so for the record, everybody is present. Next item is the approval of the minutes of the March 4 meeting. If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to accept as presented.
Make the motion.
Motion to accept, is there a second?
A second.
There's a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Minutes have been approved. Again, I want to welcome everybody that's here this afternoon. Appreciate your patience with all these
technical difficulties in this platform that we have. We'll keep working through it. Reports, oral and written. The first item is the Lutheran EMS report from February. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. So I don't have too much to add to our report. You'll see that our run volume continues to be significantly higher. We finished, if you compare 2025 to 2024, we finished almost 22% higher this year than we did last year, which kind of reflects on how busy we've been, and I'm sure Chief will talk about that as well. How busy the system just in public safety has been completely. You will see in February of 25, we did have significantly more CPR classes. That comes down to the Project Adam program that I talked with you guys about last month. That was a big focus that we had in February, was ensuring that our teachers and everybody within those response teams were CPR certified. So you'll notice that that number will be higher during that month. So as you kind of move through, nothing else really stands out. The times of service and kind of the busyness of our system is all pretty consistent. So any questions?
Questions from the board? No? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Chief, next item is the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory monthly report from February.
Yes, for the month of February, we had 321 responses. Of those 321, 96 incidents were overlapping, totaling 30%. We had 3 fire calls in the 100 category. Assist to other agencies, we assisted Atwood one time, we assisted Leesburg one time, and then we received mutual aid from Winona Lake one time. In the 200 category, we had 0 calls. In the 300 category, or EMS, we had 222 calls. In the hazardous conditions, we had 9 calls. In the service calls, we had 10. Good intent calls, 23. False calls, 19. Severe weather, 0. And then the special incidents or CARES and citizen complaints, 1, and then 33 CARES calls. For the district total, we had Station 17 at 143 calls, Station 13, 111, and Station 15, 33. As far as training, we trained 693.5 hours, covering a variety of topics, mostly EMS and our annually required trainings that we have to get done. We have the houses next to the street department, so you've probably seen the trucks out there if you're ever out that way. The guys have been doing a lot of training in those houses that Robinsons have donated to the fire department to use.
Chief, interrupting you, I
Yeah,
apologize, but
nope.
can you specify some of the types of training? Can you give the board or that you are doing in those homes? Like,
Yeah, so they're doing, so we have, again, to get the best use out of those homes, we have several different, and this really isn't in February. There's a bit of February where we had some warmer weather, but you'll see a lot of that coming up more the next, for the March
okay,
report as well. But yeah, we do all sorts of training in there. We like to share it with the police department, so we haven't done much of our like interior training where we would damage things such as overhaul, that sort of stuff, just to keep the house intact so the canine dogs can get through there. The SWAT team has been training in there as well, and the fire marshal coordinates all that with all the different agencies, so we all get the best use out of the house together. But yeah, so we've done some ventilation training. We haven't cut the holes in the roof yet, but if you drive by there, you'll see paint marking up there where we're showing some of our newer members, you know, the ways and some tips and techniques on more efficient cuts to get on the roof faster and off the roof faster. And then so a lot of search. They've done a lot of search where they'll put either wax paper inside the mask so it just kind of obscures their visibility so they can't see as well. Yeah, that's about it. A lot of hose lining where they'll just simulate, hey, this is the room where there's a fire. Which line are you going to choose off the truck? How are you going to stretch it? What door are you going in? Those sort of things as well.
And you did mention near the street department, this is for the board, this is on Center Street, the first 3 homes to the east of the street department related to facilities upgrades. Those were purchased by the contractor, and eventually we will be obviously taking all of that land over, but great use. I didn't realize the police department was actually,
Yep.
or I'd
Yep.
forgotten about that.
Yeah, their
That's
SWAT team
great.
has utilized them, and then the canines as well.
Great.
It's not very often we get these houses to train in, and again, it's very, yes, we have realistic training out at our training center, but nothing, they're not homes, they're not,
Right.
we haven't been in there, so the guys are going in blind and don't know what to expect, what the room looks like, that sort of stuff, so it's very realistic training, so I want to publicly, I guess, thank Robinson Construction for allowing us to use it.
Yeah,
Any other
thanks for
questions on
that,
training?
no,
Yeah.
thanks for that interruption. I don't know if you were done, I just wanted a little more there.
Yeah, then we just had our community service, 5.39 hours, most of that being the public education in the schools, and then some station tours. That was it, unless anybody has any questions about any of the runs or anything like that.
You said you had 33 CARES calls. Where is that?
Yeah, I think we missed I don't think they got put in there, or it's on the right, where it says, on page 11 of 81.
I'm on page 11 of 81.
It's all the way to the right, where it says Station 17, Station 13, Station 15, and then the next one, the wider category where it's typically notes, says CARES 34.
Clear at the bottom. CARES. Okay. I was looking for it on the left. Sorry.
Okay, nope.
Sorry.
Anything else, chief?
Nope, not on that report.
Thank you.
Yep.
Other questions? Speaking of CARES, thank you.
All right, good afternoon. So yes, I'm reporting for March. So in last month, we had a total of 69 interactions. 33 of those were in person, and then we try to do a lot over the phone if we can. So we had 36 significant phone calls. 22 of the total interactions were new consumers, so people that we had never met before. Our largest consumer age range continues to be 65 and older. And then the highest needs that we had in March were long-term housing, mental health services, and benefits navigation. In addition to the interactions, Tanya, back here, had the opportunity to attend the NAMI Mental Health and Criminal Justice Summit. That was in Indianapolis. We try to go to that every year. That's a good opportunity to learn about mental health crisis systems and CIT programs throughout the state to help us bring some of that here to implement. Any questions?
The benefits navigation, like I asked the chief, could you give like a short-term navigation experience and maybe one that would be a little more further travel? Could you, what is that? What's that look like?
So basically that is if someone comes to us and they are in need of SNAP, so food stamps. A lot of it is if someone doesn't have insurance. So we can help connect that person, and that's what takes longer. We can help connect that person to insurance benefits so they can continue to get the medical or mental health care that they need. So it's covered for them.
So you're right there with them?
Yeah, we can help them call Medicaid or Social Security as well. We can help people get Social Security benefits too. Attempt to walk them through that process a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
No? Okay.
Any questions from the board?
Yeah.
No?
I have to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is the monthly expenditure report, Chief. It looks like it's operating fund 2243. Thank you.
Yep, I did not see anything out of the ordinary, just our typical expenses that we have, unless anybody has anything that they have question on.
Apologies.
Any questions for the chief on this particular report? Okay, that'll take us to the monthly expenditure report. This is equipment replacement fund 4410 for February, chief.
Yeah, again, I don't see anything that pops out there unless anybody has any questions.
Any questions on that specific report? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to accept all 5 reports as presented.
Also move.
Gordon, motion to accept, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a second, thanks Dave. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay? The ayes have it, thank you. No unfinished business, that will take us to new business. And Chief, the first item on annual contract renewal, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so this is a renewal contract for our records management system, also known as First Due is the company name. So they are who we do all our asset stuff on. It keeps track of all our runs. We do all our reports in there. So basically tracks all of us. There's a lot of different modules in there. One of the modules that we did have in there in the original contract was Community Connect. Through working with the First Due Committee and the IT department at the city, we've decided that that's not where we want to go, and they also offer a command module. So you will see in this contract the original contract of $23,495.35. So that is for the actual renewal from January 1 to December, or to the end of December. For the year of 25. And then in addition to that, to add the command module, they gave us a little bit of credit there and stuff too, but then we will also owe $3,500, which is more of a one-time fee for them to help us implement that module and then the training that we would require to do that. And what the command module does is right now, the battalion chief, when he arrives on a scene, he has a pad of paper and a pencil, and he writes down things, listens to the radio, time stamps different things. As he moves apparatus and different crews in to go do different jobs, he has to write it down on a piece of paper. We already have an iPad with First Due in it, in our vehicle. So this is just another module in First Due that he can manually just, instead of writing it down, he can swipe it over. It logs everything. It tells him who he has coming. It connects with our dispatch center. As far as we can't push information back to the dispatch center, but the dispatch center can push updates to us if we have more apparatus coming in as well. And so it just helps him keep command and control of a scene and fires or hazmat scenes or anything. It can really be built out for any incident. So that's what that is. As far as the price, actually with removing Community Connect in the actual contract, we went down about $500. In 2024, it was $24,196.79. Removing the Community Connect, it dropped it down to the $23,495.35.
So the 23,495.35 is the actual total, everything. Is that, or we're also the $3,500?
The $3,500 will
On
be
top.
added into on top of
On
that.
top of that.
Yes, so that was just how they want, that First Due chose to do the contract, is because we were already renewing for our previous services. It was easier on their end just to give us the renewal and then give us a little bit of credit and then just add on that, and then next year it will be
One
it'll be
price.
all one amount.
Okay.
Mainly the $3,500 is the time that they're gonna have to train everybody in the department on that. It sounds like they're gonna do 3 4-hour trainings to train everybody on how to use that module, And then there's also some implementation that they're guessing 2 8-hour days to try and make sure that it's implemented and set up the way that we need it to be set up for our department.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
Yep.
Is there a number of pieces of computer hardware, like a limited number that comes with this contract, or is it unlimited?
Nope.
If you go out and buy more iPads, this automatically goes on and you're good?
Yep, it's unlimited number of users.
Okay.
So like all the guys
Right.
on their phones have First Due. That does our scheduling, so they
Right.
can go on, that's where they put their days off.
Okay.
It's that sort of stuff. It literally does almost everything for us.
Thank you.
And that's one of the things too that I'm kind of trying to shoot for is, in years past, we've had several different platforms that you had to go on to do, and this is one centralized one where it's one login, all the information's right there. It just makes it a lot easier in a lot of different ways.
Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the request.
I make that motion to approve it.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Gordon. Any further discussion? Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay? The ayes have it. Thank you. The second item is self-contained breathing apparatus bid. There's a request here. Chief, explain to us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so with the, we're looking at updating our self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA's, which is what we wear into a fire or any IDLH atmosphere, or anywhere where there's no oxygen that we have to breathe off of our systems. So with that, currently we have 50. We are looking to replace those. They are 12 years old. And so with that, with the amount of money that we have to spend working with the attorneys and the mayor, it is recommended that we have to bid that amount due to the nature of the amount. So looking through, I had Captain Zaring, who's in charge of our gear, kind of go through and really look at our SCBA uses, how many of them are getting used or how many just sit there on a truck and never get used. So with that, we've determined to purchase 45 of them instead of 50. That still leaves us a few extras on our reserve apparatus and some extras if people want to come in. With that, though, with the new ones, we'll have to have new masks, so that the bid would also include 50 masks, and then the new air bottles as well, because ours are starting to get to the age where they have to be replaced. They can only be hydro tested a certain amount of years before they have to be replaced, and so a majority of our bottles are needing replaced. So I believe there was 70 bottles that we're looking to get new, because we do still have some that the bottles that we have now will interchange to these new air packs as well. So with that, the timing and the way the bid should work through the city, working with Jack and Scott and the mayor, I guess this kind of request is a little out of the ordinary, but I would ask that you authorize the Board of Works to make the recommendation on your guys' behalf. So with the timing of it, we have to put out a public notice, 2 of them, 7 days apart, and then at least 10 days after that is when they can be opened, and they have to be opened at a public meeting. May 2nd is where I'm tentatively looking at opening those, and then our meeting, I believe, is not until the following Tuesday. So just with the timing of that and wanting to get these purchased as soon as possible, working with, again, the mayor and the attorneys, this suffices their requirements and, again, gives you guys the approval. And if you read through the letter, again, there's certain criteria that we want to make sure that they meet our specifications that we determine, and then that it is to go to the lowest and most responsive bidder. So yeah, any questions on that or
So
anything?
the
any other
third
comments?
paragraph that I'm looking at, procedural, the amount of money involved goes to the Board of Works, a public meeting for the Board of Works, which is myself, George Clemens, and
Diane.
Councilwoman Diane Quantz. We'll consider those that are presented and then make a decision, because this board is saying we give you the approval, the Board of Works, to do that.
Yes, that would be my hopes if you guys so choose. And again, that's just to streamline the process and get those purchased as soon as possible, because they are, I say we have 50. Realistically, I think we have 46 right now, because we have several of them that are broken, and again, they're just not worth, one, you can't find the parts for them, and they are falling apart, and it's not worth fixing them with the amount of money. So they're 12 years old, and we use them quite
Good money
frequently.
after
So
bad.
It'll be, it's several $100,000, right? To get, I mean, it's not a, it's a,
again, yeah, they have to be
see what
bid,
comes
but
in,
yeah,
but-
I would guess probably in upwards of $400,000
Yeah.
roughly. Yeah. But they should, I mean, this is equipment that
It's
will
a-
last hopefully another 10 to 15 years.
right. Partially a timing issue too, but again, you gotta go to the Board of Works for the dollars and to the bid process. And Jack and Scott, working with the chief along with myself, this is the best way to do, to go through this process.
We have the money.
Yes, correct. Mike asked the question if we have the money, and I did have in my budget for this year $75,000 to lease the air packs.
Any other questions? Obviously, if you decide to allow the chief to move forward with this and send it to the Board of Works, we'll be updated in the process. It'll be May, June, or, whenever it.
Yes, I hope, the spec is fairly common. So my hope is, realistically, hopefully, is we open the bid at the beginning of the Board of Works meeting. That gives me time with Captain Zaring to step out into the hall, review the bid, make sure that it meets our criteria, and then hopefully by the end of the meeting, come back in front of the board and ask for acceptance if the board will allow that. That's kind of my plan, if it so works that way. Obviously, if there's questions or concerns, we'll postpone it or push it off. But I just want to have the ability, with this, I just want to have the ability that if it does meet the requirement and they are the lowest bidder, then we allow them and award them that bid at the Board of Works meeting. And I just don't feel it's right to not have your guys' approval before asking you, to take it to the Board of Works. I feel it should come here first, and I believe the mayor would agree with that.
Yeah, it's very common, again, Mike's aware of it with the Board of Works, he's been to these meetings, that these are opened in public, and then there's consideration by the street department superintendent or engineer. In this case, it'll be Chief Schilling working with his team, and then they come back later in the meeting, giving us a recommendation to act on it if they feel like everything has been met. So, but I appreciate you coming to the board and making sure that the board, A, is aware of it and that you want to move forward with it heading into this month and next.
Well, you can't send these people into harm's way without the right equipment.
Right.
So you would need a motion to authorize the Board of Works to do what exactly?
Paragraph 3, you can read that.
I just turned it off.
Yeah.
You want to make the motion? Since I
Yeah,
turned it
I'll make the motion for the Board of Works to go ahead and continue the process of opening up that bid for the SCBA units.
And accepting if the chief approves.
Correct.
Okay,
I have to-
move forward. Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Jack, you good with that? We good? Okay. All right, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay? The ayes have it.
Okay. With that, Mr. Mayor, I have to leave, some personal business.
You're
I
fine. Thank you.
apologize.
Wish you the best. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks. Moving to the next item, travel requests. Looks like if I remember looking at it earlier, it's a rather lengthy. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Chief, what are we looking at here?
I'll ask the question, does anybody want me to read all these, or do you want to look
It's a
through
lot
them?
of 'em, yeah.
Again, I'm fine with doing either one.
What are you up to, Chief? Good. This is great.
Yeah, so firefighter Bixler to go to instructor class in the fire officer 1 class in Leesburg. Firefighter Aaron Bollinger to do some EMS in-service in North Webster, along with firefighter Brandon Schmidt. Lieutenant Jason Neer to attend a leadership seminar in Wabash. Lieutenant Pfeiffer, Schilling, Neer, and Captain Drovich for our new fire engine final inspection in Nebraska. Firefighter Aaron Bollinger for a state incident management training. 2 people, firefighter Jacob Johnson and firefighter Tristan Pass for Fire Officer 1 in Leesburg. Firefighter Martin and firefighter Matt Koldike to attend Indiana River Rescue School, which is our Swiftwater. And then firefighter Matt Koldike, firefighter Kyle Martin, firefighter Nick Cole, and Lieutenant Brandon Allen for surface water ops and tech in Syracuse. Firefighter Aaron Bollinger for state incident management exercise in Indianapolis. Firefighter Kyle Martin for critical skills diver class. I believe that should be in Warsaw, not in Wabash. I apologize about that. And then Lieutenant Brandon Allen for collapse ops tech in Greenwood, Indiana.
Quite a list. The only change in the request would be the second to last one. It's not Wabash, you're saying it's here locally?
Yes.
Warsaw, okay. Any questions on any of these?
Go back up here real quick. The Greenwood training, Lieutenant Allen would come back and probably train the others here, what he would learn down there.
Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons why going out as well. I forget the company, I believe, it's probably on there.
I saw it.
ARS, I believe is the company. They are top notch when it comes to a lot of these
Right.
things. So again, yes, it's nice to do things, but it's also nice to send people outside of the organization to go get some outside training, to learn the new techniques and some of the
Right.
newer stuff. And then, yeah, in hopes for him to bring some of that back and
Tools,
train some of
technology,
us as well.
right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, thank you. As far as the new fire engine inspection, obviously, if you look at the dates, you will see that that's already passed. They returned, there were a few issues with the engine that they had to fix. Hopefully, those get fixed fairly quickly, and then we hope to have it to us in June, early June, my hopes.
Is there we need a motion on this, right? This, to accept the travel request? Yes. Is there a motion to, Mike's absence, we still remain at a majority vote of the total membership. Is there a motion to accept all as presented? We had the one that was changed as amended. Instead of Wabash, it's Warsaw. Is there a motion to accept?
I make the motion to accept.
Thanks, Jeannie. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Gordon. Any further discussion? Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Next meeting, May 6th. Is that a Tuesday, Heather?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tuesday, May 6th. at 4 PM. Any questions? Anybody in the audience, any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it, we're adjourned, thank you. Good.
I mean, I could stay on to June meeting. So I was